Okay, we're here for lesson plan 8. These weeks are just flying by. Today we're going to do a corn chowder as well as a garlic shrimp in a tomato sauce with white beans. We're going to start off by washing our hands as always. Jewelry off, bracelets off. And we're ready to go. We already have our pot here and the heat is going on that. We're going to start with our butter. We have 1 tablespoon of butter. We're going to drop that right into the pan and get that going. And we're going to put our onions in there. We want to keep our onions going here. Next we're going to add our garlic. I'm going to add our garlic. I'm going to let that go for about a minute. And take it off the heat for a moment. I'm going to keep this going so our garlic is nice and fragrant. I've measured out a couple teaspoons of flour. I just happened to put in a 1/4 cup. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there so we can start our roux. We are going to add our stock. I have 1 cup of stock here. I'm going to start with maybe about 3/4 cups. About 1/2 cup. Okay. And what we're doing is we're whisking to make sure we don't have any lumps of flour. And that is getting nice and thick there. We're going to add our potatoes. Once we've got our potatoes there, our bay leaf, our thyme, just a little milk, and our corn. Just breaking up those clumps of corn. We actually are going to add the rest of the stock because we need to bring this to a boil. Break up the corn. We let that come up to a boil. Now that we've got this going to a boil, we're just going to reduce the heat a bit so that way it can simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. And once the potatoes are nice and tender, we're going to go ahead and add our heavy cream and plate this up and garnish it with some parsley. Just going to finish this off with a hit of salt. And some black pepper. Right? We're going to take out our bay leaf and take that out. I'm going to add a touch of heavy cream for finish. It's about 1 ounce. Give it a nice little stir. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and plate it up. And there you have it. A beautiful corn chowder. Okay, so now we're going to make our garlic shrimp and white bean dish. And now we have our pot on medium heat. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of oil in the pot. Alright, so we're going to add half of the garlic clove. The chili. And the bay leaf. And we're going to cook these just until they get fragrant. Okay, so we've added our garlic, our bay leaf, and our chilies. And we're going to cook these on the oil just until they get fragrant. We do not want these to burn, especially that chili. It's going to get very spicy. Alright, so I didn't have a whole tomato, but I do have some leftover crushed tomato, so that's actually going to ease up the process for me quite a bit. But normally I would have a chopped up Roma tomato, and I would use the back of my spoon to kind of, you know, break it down. So here, again, I'm just using the crushed tomato. Gonna add some salt and pepper. Okay. Being that we're already working with a crushed up tomato, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stir in my beans, which have been rinsed and drained, and my half a cup of chicken broth. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook. All right, while that is working, I'm going to take my shrimp. I have 5 lovely looking shrimp here. I'm going to take my shrimp in this bowl. And I'm going to add the rest of the garlic. The rest of the olive oil. And the paprika. I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper. I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper. Okay. Just going to give that a quick toss just to make sure that the shrimp is coated nice and evenly. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and check on our beans. I'm going to let this cook down because we want this sauce to come down significantly. So we'll actually be back once this sauce has reduced quite a bit. Okay, now that our sauce has thickened up quite a bit, go ahead and lay our shrimp over our beans. I'm going to go ahead and scatter the shrimp over the beans in an even layer, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to broil the shrimp. So right now we've got our oven broiler. We got the broiler on high. We're going to go ahead and pop that in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the oven, and we'll check on it in just a few moments.